Welcome to This Explainer. I'm seriously thrilled you're tuning in today because we are tackling something that hits, well, incredibly close to home for so many of us. If you're a digital entrepreneur, a creator, a founder, you absolutely know that feeling of being completely burnt out from the daily grind of customer acquisition. You know the feeling, right? Waking up every single day feeling like you're starting from absolute zero, constantly hunting for that next click, that next view, that next sale. Honestly, it's exhausting. So today, we're diving into a framework that completely flips this dynamic on its head, the traffic pond principle.
But to really get this principle, we first got to strip away all that noise. Forget the complex marketing jargon for a second, and let's ask ourselves one fundamental question. How do you actually grow a business online? It sounds kind of simple, right? But man, when you're deep in the weeds of running a business, it is so easy to lose sight of the answer. We get totally distracted by the latest shiny trends or, whatever the algorithm happens to be doing today. But at its absolute core, the answer boils down to just two things.
Traffic and leads. That's it. We all know we need eyeballs, and we absolutely know we need to capture interest. Without both of those, your business isn't a business. It's basically a digital ghost town. But look, knowing what you need and actually knowing how to get it, those are two very, very different things.
Section 1, the biggest online mistake. Okay, let's dive right into this.
This right here is exactly where things go completely off the rails for the vast majority of digital entrepreneurs. We all know we need traffic and leads, sure, but the method we use to get them, it usually leads straight to burnout city. See, the biggest mistake creators make is trying to catch customers one by one. It's this exhaustingly endless pursuit of chasing people down, hustling for just one simple transaction, celebrating for a minute, and then realizing you have to start the exact same hunt all over again tomorrow. It's crazy. The real goal is to move away from that frantic chase. We want to build a reliable machine, a system that automatically attracts people back to you over and over again. You shouldn't be out there chasing, you should be attracting.
Section 2, the fisherman's secret. Let's look at a mindset shift that changes everything.
So how on earth do we actually make that shift from an exhausting chase to a system that just works? Well, it requires a complete, total change in mindset. The real secret lies in what the source material calls a traffic pond. Think of a traffic pond as a large, super reliable source of people that your business can just continually draw from. Instead of wandering aimlessly out in the open ocean, crossing your fingers and hoping you might stumble across a single customer, you locate a concentrated, self-sustaining ecosystem. You literally go out and find the pond.
Think about it like this. A smart fisherman doesn't spend all day chasing one fish. I mean, can you imagine how ridiculous that would look? Just swimming around in a snorkel, exhaustingly darting left and right, trying to grab one single fish with your bare hands. No way. A smart fisherman finds a pond that is already absolutely packed with fish. They drop their bait in the water, and they create a system that lets them keep coming back to that exact same reliable spot.
Section 3, anatomy of a pond. Now, what's really fascinating about bridging this metaphor to real life is figuring out what this actually looks like.
Because your digital business works exactly the same way as that fisherman. But to find a true pond online, the source absolutely has to have 3 non-negotiable traits. First, it's got to be large. It needs to be big enough to provide a continuous, steady flow of people. Second, it has to be active. You need a vibrant environment where new conversations, new questions, and fresh opportunities are always popping up. And third, it must be accessible. This is absolutely crucial. You have to be able to return to it repeatedly without hitting major barriers. So think about your own niche for a second. Have you actually found a source with all 3 of these traits?
Section 4, building your digital asset. Let's talk about the ultimate payoff.
Once you've finally located that perfect, large, active, and accessible pond, your whole strategy shifts. Now you're focused on building permanent value. What you do is consistently send your absolute best resources, your most brilliant ideas, and your most compelling offers straight into that pond. This is your bait. And listen, your goal here is not to just force a quick sale. Your goal is to spark genuine curiosity and grab their attention. You want to drop such incredibly valuable stuff into the pond that you naturally draw the exact right people out of the water and straight over to your own landing pages. Because that is where you can truly start building a meaningful, long-term relationship with them.
And when you set up this flow from the pond right to your landing page, truly incredible things start to happen. This is how you build an email list. This is how you build a deeply engaged audience. This is how you create a digital asset that actually grows in value over time. You aren't just making a quick buck today. You're literally building an ecosystem that's going to sustain your entire business tomorrow, next month, and for years to come.
So the crucial point here, the big takeaway, is this. The businesses that ultimately win online, the ones that stick around and really thrive, they are not using the losing strategy of constantly searching for new customers. They aren't waking up every morning and starting from scratch. Instead, they completely embrace the winning strategy. They discover exactly where their target audience already exists in huge numbers, and they build a reliable, totally repeatable way to keep bringing those folks back into their own world.
Which brings us to the absolute most important provocative question you can ask yourself today. Where does your audience already exist? Seriously, stop chasing individual fish. Look at your niche, look at your industry, and ask yourself where the large, active, and accessible ponds are hiding right now. Find your pond, drop in your absolute best ideas, and watch your digital asset grow. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Now get out there and find your pond.